pick six there in the first quarter?
Man, it was a blessing. It was just a blessing, to be honest. But I got to give props to RJ, banging the receiver, not letting him be able to catch the ball, letting me catch it. And then, from there, it was just my instincts taking over, just making plays.
What about Kip getting the pressure on that play, too?
Let me say that. I give props to the whole defense. Let me say that. But, yeah, I'm just very appreciative that I was just put in that position. I just thank God that he let it happen.
What was the roller coaster of emotions like where Reggie had forced the fumble, but Kobe didn't fall on it, and then you immediately – what was that whole minute and a half like between that and the pick six?
Man, we was on his tail for not getting that. We was just having fun. But, we just knew we had to get it back. We knew that turnovers are a big part of this game and winning this game, and we just had to make everyone we could. So we knew that not getting that, we had to make a play. And it just happened.
Eli, what do you feel like has been the key to – you guys have had 6 turnovers the last 2 games. What do you feel like it's been the key to generating more, turning that up a notch compared to earlier in the season?
Really just emphasizing it. The coaches emphasizing it, making sure we're ball conscious all the time, peppering the rock, punch it, pull, rip, and then just as a DB, just getting our eyes back and playing the ball.
Did you sense, was it difficult early in the season for guys to not get frustrated with the process, the lack of turnovers, and how has that kind of changed as the season's gone on?
I wouldn't say we got frustrated. We just got together as a team and made an emphasis to make a run that we need to make to go to the playoffs and go to the Natty, that we had to get turnovers, and we couldn't just do it off of no turnovers. So.
Eli, you get the pick six, and then your brother gets the defense there on that last play. What did you think of his defense?
I was so hyped. I'm his biggest fan. So I was so happy for him. And then his little crown celebration, his little homecoming king celebration, that was funny. But, I'm his biggest fan, so I was just happy for him and just so glad he got to shine in that moment.
What's that like to, obviously that's a huge moment, but then to have your brother, and the two of you have the impact you did tonight. What does that mean for you guys?
Man, words can't even explain it. Like, I'm just so happy for him. I'm just so happy that we're both able to play on this stage. I'm just so thankful. I thank God that he let this happen and he gave us the ability to do this. And, man, I'm just happy we got to shine when our moments came.
Can you put into words just what these last few weeks have been? Going to Knoxville, coming here. Not a lot of people, I'm sure, believe that you guys could do it. What's that, just the confidence-wise, what does that do for you guys moving forward here over the final 2 games?
It really gives us a boost to finish the season strong and close out and finish the job what we need to do. So, we just got to come back next week. We got to come back tomorrow, come back to the facility and get the film in and whatnot, and just we can't let these 2 games get us too high. We got to be able to stay level-headed and focus on what we got next.
Coach Venable was talking about just how much he loves you guys as a group, the way that you guys compete day in and day out. Can you feel that chemistry or whatever it is? Has it bled over into the way that you guys are playing?
Yeah, 100%. It helps everyone play with more energy and more passion just because we know each other's stories. We know why we're playing this sport, and it just helps us play more confident and fast and free.
What do you say about Davon stepping up, getting the sack there? Big moment for him, obviously.
Yeah, I believe in all our corners. I believe all our corners can play. So whenever they get put in, I have full belief and confidence that they'll do their job to the maximum. And just seeing that, I was just so happy for him, just because all the work he put in and everything he's been through. So it's just crazy to see that and just happy for him.
What was that locker room like for you guys?
Nobody today had. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What was that locker room like for you guys?
How big is that for this defense as a whole?
Yeah, it comes in bunches. So that little kind of couple games where we didn't have it, it kind of just fueled us. And so we work a turnover circuit every day in practice. And so the biggest thing was this has got to reflect in the game. And so attacking it more and more and really working and emphasizing in practice shows up on game day. And Coach B says your habits will show up on game day, and that's something that we've built into our habits.
Obviously, with Lamar Mason, I feel like you had to step up in any way, and if so, how do you feel like the group played without him?
Yeah, the standard is here that you're going to prepare and perform like a starter throughout there, and as far as knowledge, game plan wise, and as far as execution. You got a guy like our Mason's not playing, that's huge because. It sucks. Our Mason, you see what he's done. He's proven what he can do, and he's a game changer. But at the end of the day, it's next man up, and it's the mentality of all the DNs can play. That's how talented this group is, and so yeah, definitely not.
Taylor, can you tell us about the Hard to Kill shirts you guys are all wearing?
Yeah, we've been watching a lot of Gladiator as a team, so we're just hard to kill, man. This team has so much potential, and we have not yet played our best game of football. So yeah, the mindset is just hard to kill. We're always gonna get back, and we're gonna punch first, punch back, and punch last.
Who came up with that?
Coach V. Coach V, hard to kill, and yeah, that's just the DNA of OU football.
When you think about hard to kill, and you think about enough as enough, I was gonna say, how much of that comes from directly the attitude of Brent Venables?
Yeah, it directly comes from him. I think all of it comes from him, and he just sets that kind of that passion and that mindset into us that, man, enough is enough. This team is really, really talented. This team has such a high ceiling, and how do we get there? And so just taking game by game and practice by practice, sharpening up our details. Like I said, we have yet to play our best game of ball. That was not our best game of ball. We have a lot to learn, to work on and to learn from, and we'll come back tomorrow and flush it down totally and get ready for next week.
Is there a skill that you have to learn how to win? Is there a skill that you have to figure that out as a team?
Is there
I'd like a skill. Is learning to win a skill that you can develop?
I think it's a culture. Yeah, for sure, it's a culture. It's what this program is built on. It's the foundation is winning. So we got to find a way each week to go 1-0, and tonight we did.
You hear Dixieland Delight there on the field, 2 minutes to go. That's such a momentum shifter usually for Alabama. How huge was it to get that stop after hearing that song?
It's cool. I've never experienced that before. It was all red and the lights were on. And, but yeah, so we fed off the energy. Little do they know, they think that they're feeling their team, they're feeling us, they're getting us ready to go. So yeah, we fed off the energy, and we made some big plays when we needed to, and came up with a win. So that's the biggest thing.
And on that note, how fun was it to play in the locker room?
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. Guys were dancing and having fun. Good feeling.
Taylor, this 2-week stretch for you between playing at home in Tennessee and then the performance you have in a win like this tonight, what have the last 2 weeks meant to you individually and emotionally?
Well, I think for sure the only reason I'm performing this way is the Lord, for sure. And to me, it means a lot of hard work that goes into it, a lot of time. And so, yeah, just it's fulfilling to see it happen on Saturdays. And but like I said, I haven't played my best ball yet either. I made a lot of mistakes out there tonight. I made some good plays, but I made a lot of mistakes, and so learn from it and continue to grow and get better.
We got to get out of back up against that fence.
Hey, we heard you guys celebrating with Dixieland Delight, sweet home in the locker room. How special was that after the win in this kind of environment?
Man, it's very special. These are the moments we play for and prepare for, and to see that come to fruition, man, it's something special.
How about that defense out there tonight?
Which one?
Your defense.
They're a killer, man. They're a killer, and they put the work in during the week in practice, and it shows on game day. It's fun to watch.
Does that give you a margin for error as a kicker? Like, if I miss this kick, it's going to be okay because we got that defense behind me?
I mean, ultimately, I hold the most value to each kick, and I don't let outside factors determine the magnitude of each kick. The next one's the most important one, and if one doesn't go my way, you just got to flush it and just make the next one.
Tate, you generated some national attention after the game against Tennessee, and both for your performance and your shorts. But how have the emotions been after that game and now again against Alabama to play really solid football and win both those games on the road?
It's great and all that, but it's next game mentality. We got a really good Mizzou team that's going to roll into Norman, and they're gonna want our best. They're going to get our best, and we're going to get their best. And so it's just something that we're not going to be hung over on. It was great. We're enjoying it. We're going to enjoy it tonight, but. It's back to the drawing board tomorrow. We're going to get ready to roll.
How was your pregame routine today?
Just same as it's always been. I'm not really like a superstitious kind of guy. I just kind of go with the flow and just get ready for the game. And
you got out here today and it felt clean. I mean,
yeah, felt great.
And fans and the whole atmosphere.
Yeah, felt great.
Tate, back-to-back weeks, you're kicking in probably the biggest stadiums you can play in coming from UTSA. Just what's it like kicking in these environments, and then what are you thinking to yourself when trying another 50-plus yarder in a stadium like this?
I'm thinking, what a blessing, how God moved me from where I was to where I am now, and just the avenues that He's opened up for me is truly something special.
And I think his full record, 21 consecutive field goals. What does it mean when you hear that?
It's great, but I've said it a million times. It's the next kid. All these are great, and this is the fruits of my labor. But we're not done yet. We're not finished yet.
Obviously, you're making kicks, but from Isaiah in the punt return game to Grayson Miller and punting, what do you make about this third phase group for you guys, and how much are you feeding off of each other?
We strive to play complementary football, and just having all three of the phases working together and letting our team work for us, not against us, not letting OU beat OU. We're pretty dangerous. And, we feed off each other, and we sense that. And once we get a little momentum in our back pocket, we start rolling.
For Grayson Miller, how have you observed him navigate this season? And it feels like as he continues to grow over the year, what have you been impressed most with him?
He's just a professional, and he takes it one kick at a time like you're supposed to. And after a bad game, or a good game, it's back to here. It's very easy to get lost in the success and just get lost in the failure as well. You just gotta find a way to make the next kick and bounce back, whether it's a good one or a bad one, because there is bouncing back after a good one. You get too high, you will fall. So this is part of managing it.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Can you describe what that shirt means? Where it came from?
Hard to kill. It's just and the back of it says enough is enough. After that Ole Miss game, how much is enough? How many times are we gonna let somebody walk into our house and walk out with a W and stuff like that? And it's just having that mindset of staying alive, blue collar, roll your sleeves up, and just find a way, and being hard to kill in the process.
To that end, what does that mean for this program to go to Tennessee, to come here, walk out with a win? Just what does that mean to you guys?
It means a heck of a lot, and we're gonna enjoy it tonight. But like I said before, it's time to start preparing for Mizzou, and they're gonna give us our best shot.
Can you talk about how it makes it easier for you as a kicker to go with such short fields from the defense that creates?
Oh yeah, it's anytime they can make my job easier, I'm the first one to shake their hands. It's great, and it's a good weapon.
Coach thought coming into the game you guys would have a big advantage on special teams. Why do you think that was, or why did you guys have that much confidence?
Oh, we're just confident in our abilities, and if it's on the call sheet, we're confident we can execute at a high level, and that's just something that we're not gonna have any other way. We should have an advantage at every part of the game, whether we like it or not.
That enough is enough phrase. Brent Venables brought that up in his press conference just a little while ago. How has he kind of contributed to that mentality the past couple of weeks?
He's the head guy. It all starts with him and the way he's managed our culture and just kept us on the right path through the highs and lows. I wouldn't want to play for any other guy.
Kip, how much do you like just coming into environments like this and just leaning into the villain role with the crowd and everything?
It's fun. Usually like that's the norm, having your fans cheer for you. So I just think it's a fun thing. I'm a big movie guy, so I kind of like the villains, the Thanos of the world. And so, just a big villain guy.
What's your point of view on the Eli Bowen interception touchdown?
Kid's a baller, man. Kid's amazing, You never have to worry about him. Always shows up, leave late, come in early, Eli's just an amazing person.
What about your play there coming out of the 2-minute warning? They're driving, and just how big that was in the overall grand scheme of things?
Coach V called a really good call. Just had to hit home, and so whenever my number's called, just had to hit home.
Kip, what's the meaning of this Hard to Kill t-shirt?
Hard to kill? Well, we're like a big gladiator team, and we've been pushing it for the past couple weeks, and just the thing.
Man, I love it. I love the feeling. I love to play football, So you go up, think about those moments, like, man, it's do or die. Little kid, little league games, that's what it is. These Saturday nights, under the big lights, it's definitely something. And we just played Alabama, at home, snapped the win streak, it's only moments like these that these kids, dream of. Maybe some of the kids in the stadium, they dream of this moment right here, and who's able to live it for them, So being that defensive guy, ready for that role to embrace it, man, it means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to the rest of the Sooners.
You mentioned it earlier, some of the injuries. Jaden's obviously limited, our Mason's out. Just how important was it for you guys as a defensive line to kind of step up in those guys' absence tonight?
Next man up, the best ability is availability. That's something that's been coached to us our entire career. We got love for the guys, I always tell them, I was talking to the guys this weekend. They were talking, mess on the sideline during practice. I was like, man, if you're not in, stop talking. You ain't practicing. Because it's hard. It's hard to do what we do. You know, BV's practices is one of the hardest things I've experienced in life. But, you know, it all comes from a place of love. You know, our guys, you know, they always push us to be our best, whether they're playing or not. You know, Kendall Daniels, like I said, our Mason and Jaden, whether the injury is limited them or not, they're always actively participating and pushing us to be great. You know, our guys really love that, you know. And the younger guys have to step up, they embrace that role. They know they have big shoes to fill, and they do their best to do it. They're going to do their job at a high level and execute when it's time for them to go do it.
You mentioned Coach Venables' practices being hard. Does it kind of feel like it shows up, like that work in a win like this, like why the practices are maybe the way they are?
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, you're trained for these moments. That's the biggest thing I can say. You're trained for it. You know, hard to kill is a daily thing. You can't practice off and be like, oh, I'm hard to kill. You ain't really working for it. We work hard, man. And it's a lot of stuff that the media or the people outside the stadium don't see. You know, them hours, the long hours, the non-mandatory hours too. You know, we spend extra time up there watching film and stuff like that because it really means a lot to us. So when it's time to work, it shows. And I love how the guys can eat when it's necessary for them to go do it. And they, you know, like you said, the pick sixes, the fumble recoveries, whenever it comes, man, those opportunities, it's big. And those guys, you know, live up to the moment.
Playing Dixieland Dwight, sweet home in the locker room. Yeah. How special is that moment for you guys after this kind of win in this atmosphere?
I mean, yeah, it's a real moment, especially a place like this that holds a lot, like championships, all that. It's just like we beat them last year, and like they saying like it's a revenge game and stuff. Like revenge only takes you so far. Like you got to go play the game. Revenge can't win you a game. So just to be able to pull out victorious in that game really meant a lot to us, and especially our playoffs. So. Are still alive, and we just gonna take every game now like it's our Super Bowl. Like we gotta go Missouri and then LSU at home and just take care of business.
Peyton, what'd you think of your brother's pick six?
Oh no, it was really cool. I was out on the field, so I was trying. He was way farther ahead of me, so I tried to go block for him, but I really couldn't.
Peyton, what was going through your head?
So I was actually supposed to be on the running back, and Kendall Daniels was like, "Hey Peyton, you go get him." I was like, "All right, fine. Come on, let's play ball." But I knew that they were trying to get half on the play before, and I knew they weren't going to try and. I knew they thought we were going to blitz them, so they were going to try and get the ball out quick. And I had help inside, so I shaded outside and just made the play.
You was describing the defense, how you guys were keeping them out of the end limits, and you was more toughness and sheer will. Where does that come from for you guys? The toughness and the sheer will. How much is he lent to what you do?
I think it's just playing for each other. I think that we have such a brotherhood, and like there's such a good connection throughout the locker room, offense and defense. I think we just like it just makes you want to play for that person so much more. And I think that's really what like you're saying with like the toughness and stuff. Like we want to play harder for that guy next to us. And I think that's the kind of connection we have, and that's why we play so hard.
It looked like you guys were actively trying to strip. I know you guys do it a lot, trying to strip the ball. But was there something you guys saw how Alabama maybe held the ball, or anything on film that was able to make it to where you guys could strip the ball?
Honestly, the only thing that we really saw was that Ty Simpson was the highest fumble rate for getting sacked or something like that. He was like, I don't know what the statistic is, but every time he gets sacked, he fumbles the most out of anybody in the country. So that, I think that was a big shot at all right, we got to go get that ball out. But then people were just making plays, trying to get that ball out every play. And I really loved it. I love the intensity that we played with today.
Do you feel like just 2 weeks ago, the dam just kind of broke on the turnovers for you guys, and now it's just you can't plug it back up?
Yeah, I think so, to be honest. And we turned it on right at the right time. So I love that for us and for our team. And the offense is taking care of the ball. They're doing their job. So they're giving us easy access to win.
Peyton, after Ole Miss, what was the message just about what you guys had to do to keep things alive?
That we weren't playing to the standard. And it wasn't just the standard of everybody before us. We're creating our own standard. And, what are we willing to tolerate? We say that all the time. And Coach Wilson really gave us a talk that really brought us together for real. Everybody just really, he was so vocal in that moment. He spoke to everybody in the room, and I really think that changed our season before Tennessee.
And you mentioned the college football playoff for this program for a few seasons. You've seen the downs, you've seen the ups. What does it mean for this group and for Coach B, somebody that you committed to be in this position?
That's why you stay here. You just have faith and belief in the program and what he's doing. And like year after year, like you said, I've been here for 3 years. Year after year, I've seen him improve as well, and not just the team. And so the way that he's running the program right now and everything, like I can tell that he's learning as we're learning. And so like having those playoff hopes alive just means a lot to us, because that's what we're looking forward to every year. Like that's what, because we know we're that program that can be contended for it every year. And so
after the Auburn game, you guys said no turnovers. Yeah. Britt said that they would come. How big is it to have a whole bunch of turnovers in Tennessee to get wins?
We know in the SEC you got to win a turnover margin. We were honestly like playing with fire there for most of the season, just trying to just win, and we were turning over the ball ourselves. We were losing the turnover margin like 3-0, and against Michigan, I think we were down 3-0 in the turnover margin. Like you just can't win football games like that. And so now that we're kind of getting that turnover margin back on our side, I really see things going hit stride.